What up, Crisco? All right, I'm gonna try to make you a moderator real quick. Sorry, you're looking at my screen right now. What up, Crisco? All right, I'm gonna try to make. Hold on, I gotta turn that off. That's it. All right, let me see if I can figure out how to make you a moderator. Um, that's right, Crisco man in the house. All right, what I do? Click on your name. How I do it? Yeah, okay. Add as moderator. I guess just the standard moderator, huh? I don't know. I don't know which one to choose. That's what I did though. Hopefully that's the right thing. Uh, Hang on one second. Sorry, I'm still getting stuff set up. Oh, there you go. It worked. You see it? You're a moderator now, bro. I don't really anticipate having any issues, but I mean, you know how it is. Sometimes somebody just gets crazy. Don't let nobody get crazy, but if people are just being silly and stuff. Man, my days, one of those. I had hoped to already be doing this like around 3 o'clock when I first got off, but you know how it goes, man. You have plans sometimes, and they don't work out. So I'm here just now starting. I won't be on long. Probably like it's almost 5. Probably like an hour, maybe a little more than an hour. Um, I'm gonna continue what I was doing the other day, getting some stuff listed. That's why I had that screen turned a while ago, um, so y'all could see kind of what I'm doing as I look up something or I tell you about something like the glass I was talking about the other day. I can show y'all like what I found it for. Like as far as how I do my pricing, I just kind of wanted to show that. In case y'all wondering how I come up with pricing and all that. Man, what's up? My internet today. Internet's going in and out. But yeah, like and subscribe if you're new. Say what's up in the chat. Uh, Noob developer, man. Once I get to know you a little bit, I don't mind making you a mod too. But I know Crisco, man. He's a good dude. So I mean, it'll take a little bit before that happens. I can't just make everybody a moderator. I don't even know people and just start making a moderator. They could have some nefarious intentions, in mind. So, but yeah, hit the like, subscribe. I guess I'm just gonna get started. I'll pick up where I left off the other day. In case y'all are wondering, like I was hoping to do this when I got off work the other day, and it didn't work out like that. The last 2 days at work have been really busy and they've been really long. I wasn't expecting that to happen, so I didn't get to continue this Wednesday or Thursday. So here it is Friday, and I'm just now getting back to it. Maybe tomorrow I can do some more, but we're gonna see how it goes. I don't want to make any promises because I don't know, but I'll just continue where I left off. I'm gonna be taking pictures and stuff. So sometimes you'll see me looking over here, um, doing the picture thing. I'll be showing the screen when I'm looking for something, or something like that. I can try to show you all that too, but I'll probably have to run in there or whatever That's what I'm doing, but it's all about listing stuff. Appreciate that, Crisco. All right, so I want to show y'all real quick. I'm gonna flip it around and show you my screen. If y'all remember the glass the other day that I was showing y'all, I found one on eBay, and they're asking $12 for it. Mine's in good condition, doesn't have any cracks or anything like that. So I'm probably gonna list mine. I found a couple. It says one result here. I found a couple other ones that was like similar. It wasn't exactly what mine was. It's like it's the same style and everything, but it had like where this one says Bourbon Street, it had like Pat O'Brien's or some other kind of place, like an actual restaurant or something. So apparently you can have these made for your place or whatever. But mine's from the '90s, and what I'm gonna do, if I showed you the other day, I put some Mardi Gras beads with it. I'm gonna combine that. I'll probably put mine for like $10. That gives you an idea. Kind of what to price it for. That's what I do. I try to find my item. I look for uh, some, the most expensive I see, and then I look for the listings that are the cheap, the really cheap listing. And I try to go somewhere in the middle. And unless my condition of my item is like really, really good, like brand new, I may go towards the higher end. If it's really bad, I'll go towards the lower end. But I feel like I want to kind of stay in that middle range. I'm still giving people a deal, but I'm still trying to move stuff. And I do accept offers on like eBay and all that stuff. So next thing I'm gonna do real quick, I gotta grab something real quick, and I gotta take a couple more pictures of this thing. I showed y'all this the other day. This is like it's like a makeup. I guess I'll put makeup. You put whatever you want in there, I guess. But I think it's for makeup. It's like a case. It has a handle right here on top. It is peeling. The little zebra print thing on top's peeling, and like on the sides a little bit. It's older. It's from the '90s. But I gotta take a couple more pictures of this because I realized the other day when I took pictures of it, I like to take pictures of stuff like with a measuring tape next to it so they can see like how big stuff is. Because some stuff I don't really do that with, but stuff like this I do because a lot of times I get questions. People ask me on the app, Etsy or eBay or whatever, like what's the dimensions, how big of. Hey, what's up, Jake? Good to see you in my live stream. Everybody, looks like the whole Crisco crew came. Appreciate all y'all for being here. But so people ask me like how tall it is, whatever. So I try to put pictures like that in there for most things, that I feel like people they don't know, just like common sense. This item is about this big, so something like that, like just so they have a reference, how big it is. But let me go grab some real quick. I'll take some pictures out and I'll keep moving on. We'll go to the next thing. All right, I'm back. All right, so I'm gonna take a couple pictures of this. Hey, Crisco, I want to ask you a question. I don't remember if you told me this before, maybe you did. I don't remember. But I think February 13th is the opening day for LSU baseball. I'm excited. I like baseball is one of the things I follow. One of the things I like to watch. Are you into the LSU baseball? Like, do you go to game? I know you made that video where you went and you kind of showed all like the thing they had set up outside where they have all the championships and all that. That was pretty cool. I like that video you made. But do you go to any LSU baseball games? Go Tigers. That's right. Or do you ever go to any UL baseball games? I'd like to go to one of theirs too one day. I've never been to one of theirs. You go sometimes? Yeah, I've been to a couple baseball games. I want to go to more. I mean, I know we won the championship last year, and then we won it in 2023. And everybody, from what they're saying, hey Candy, how you doing? From what they're saying in what I'm watching, like, I don't know if you watch like there's a couple different channels I watch. There's one on Tiger Bait. He shows the practices sometimes, but do you remember Mikey Matuk? I don't know how you pronounce his last name. He played for LSU. He has a like a YouTube channel, and Jared Mitchell. He also played for LSU baseball, and he played on the football team. But they they do a podcast, like a YouTube channel. You can go watch them. They have good cover. They have good content on baseball, football, everything. But they both play baseball, so I watch them. There's a new one I found the other day called Muso. And Muso, I'm trying to think of his first name. Or no, is yeah, I think Muso is his first name. I can't remember his last name, but on one of the 104.5 if you watch like that's a local radio station in Baton Rouge. They have several shows that like they have off the bench, which is like in the early morning. I think it starts at like 7. It's like 7 to 10 or something like that. Jay Hester and Matt Flynn, they do a show. Then used to be T. Baybear, but he moved away. He went to work for like Barstool Sports. Then they have Matt Moscona, and they also have Hunt Palmer. So that's like the 104.5, like their shows. Well, Muso, he actually works in the production on Matt Moscona's show. He has his own YouTube channel I saw the other day. He talks a lot about baseball, so he's really into baseball. So I've been watching his show. Um, and there's another one. I don't know if you've seen this one yet, Crisco, or if anybody out there, if y'all like LSU too. I just found it last night. I'm so excited. I'm not I'm not affiliated with them or anything, but I'm trying to give them a shout out because I know when I saw this I was like yes. So I don't know if you ever watched Crisco back in the day with 104.5, like way back when. You had like some of the older people that did like the LSU, like a lot of the sports and media. Jordy Collada has always been around, like since he's been known for a while. He's been like on a lot of the old shows and stuff. Yeah, Matt Moscone is one of them, but Jordy Collada is probably my favorite of all of them. I like Matt Flynn and Jacob Hester too. I like all of them, but Jordy Collada, man, I like how he does his, gives his opinions on stuff, his knowledge, his knowledge on sports, football, whatever. It's just crazy. Can I rap and sing you a song? Maybe one day I'll do that, but I'm not rapping today. No, I'm not gonna do any rapping today. But so there's a new show, Chris Cole. You got to check this out. It's called Louisiana Loaded, and go check it out. It's type into your YouTube Louisiana Loaded. It's Jordy Collada and the other guy, I can't remember his name. He was a baseball player on the LSU baseball team. But they're going to talk about like all the sports. It's not just baseball, but football and everything. And Jordy used to have his own show. Like he went off like some other kind of media group or something. And it was called the Jordy Collada Show, and that was like one of my favorite shows to watch. Uh, and then like last year, sometime like a year or two, a year and a half ago or something, I remember I stopped seeing his show. I was like, where'd his show go? And then here recently, if you ever watch Jacques Doucet, he has a show that he does. I can't remember what his is called. He interviews a lot of people. He had Jordy on the show not too long ago, and so I was like, oh, I was all excited to see Jordy, because like I hadn't seen him, and he said on that show that he had been doing insurance sales, so he kind of got out of it. Well, now he's starting another podcast. Him and that guy, I can't remember that guy. He's a former baseball player. I can't remember his name right now. But go check it out. It's called Louisiana Loaded. I think you'll love it. Jordy Collado, like I say, he's one of my favorite. Yeah, I think Lane Kiffin's gonna. Man, I don't even want to try to. I don't want to get like over, hyped or I don't even know if the overzealous. I guess is a better word. But back whenever they hired Kelly, and I don't have any problem with Brian Kelly. I mean, I realized this didn't work and everything. I didn't really never like or dislike him. I mean, I hope he did great. It's like whenever somebody becomes president, whether you like them or not, you hope they do great because they're the leader of our country or whatever. Same thing with the football coach. I hoped he did great, but I didn't really. I was like, that's not who I would have hired if it was my decision. I wanted Lane Kiffin back then. Now maybe it wasn't possible back then. Maybe it just wasn't time. He wasn't ready to move. I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't the right timing. But I'm so happy when they got him now. When all that was going on, I don't even know if you remember. Like I think you had asked me about it on I was on one of your lives, and you said something. I was like, man, I think he's trolling. Like I didn't even see it happen. I'll be honest with you. I was like, that's a pipe dream, for him coming to LSU because I always said, since like he was in Alabama. That's the first I remember kind of see him. I know he's at Tennessee and we did the USC thing, and I kind of, I didn't really know a lot about him. But when he got to Alabama and he was the offensive coordinator there, that's kind of when he really came in, my mind and whatever. And I remember like, man, that dude's good, And then he went to, what is it, UCF? Is that where it was? Or one of those Florida schools. I can't remember which one. I think it was UCF. And man, he just got that program up and running. I mean, he had them, doing great. Like they were winning, just crazy, And you can see his expertise, not just and then he went to. Ever got something like that at LSU? Yeah, Florida Atlantic. That's who it was, not UCF. Florida Atlantic. And and I was thinking if we ever get something like that, because in my opinion, I mean I love Coach O. I wish they wouldn't have got rid of him. But before Coach O, you talk about like Les Miles. As a person, I don't know Les Miles, and I'm not going to talk about somebody. I don't. You know, he may be a great person. As a football coach, he frustrated me a lot, and I liked it when he won, and some of the stuff he did was kind of cool sometimes. But the majority of the time, I'm like, he just frustrated me. I'm like, man, what's he doing? You know, why is he? It's like he almost coached, in my opinion, he coached every game so he can make it a nail biter, like down to the end. And what ends up happening when you do that, you leave yourself so close that you drop games. You know, sometimes the ball don't bounce your way and you lose games you shouldn't have. And I'm not saying that's how he was doing it, but in my opinion, that's how it looked. Like, man, just your way you're play calling, like just man, you need to get up by 2 or 3 touchdowns before you start, you know, getting in like a I don't know how you want to call it, like a lull or a rhythm or just running the play call kind of vanilla. I don't think you should do it all game long. If it was me, I would keep going till the clock goes out. I don't care if I'm winning by 70. But I get some coaches, you get a little lead and then I kind of get it. But Les Miles would do that the whole game, whether we were up by 3 or, you know, 20. He just ended the offense in a way that I'm just like I was frustrated all the time. Well, Saban, we all know how Saban kind of LSU before that was kind of up and down. We had some success here and there, but nothing like what in my lifetime what Nick Saban came in and did. What's up, Joe? Uh, so to me, when looking back, thinking who would I like? Saban's not gonna coach again. I'm pretty sure that he's done. So I was thinking, man, if we can get somebody like a Lane Kiffin, can you imagine if he can do stuff like that with like a Florida Atlantic and an Ole Miss? Imagine what he'll be able to do here. If LSU, if he puts the same kind of offense together that he's put together in the past at other places, where you had to score for 40, 50, 60 points to keep up with them, imagine how hard LSU is going to beat if you have to score 50 and 60 to keep up with LSU. That was the way I thought about it. So I was like, man. And so when they got him, when they finally made it happen, I was like, oh man, I'm so excited. I cannot wait until the season's. Now I don't know if it's gonna be right off the bat. When they first hired him, uh, Kurt Signetti, I never heard that. I never heard his name thrown around. I know people, fans and stuff saying. I never heard any of the pundits or anybody that I watched say that he was a real choice. I don't know, but the thing is, like with Lane Kiffin, like whenever they first hired him, I was like, okay, I don't care. Give him 2 or 3 years. It doesn't matter. Once he gets his program, like established his way, then we're good. But now all the stuff, and I'm not putting a bunch of pressure on him. I still think you give him a year or two. I don't care. But now that all the players have come back, the coaches he retired, I mean, all the stuff that we've gotten, the portal that he's put together, the portal class, and I don't know if you saw it, Crisco, but they made a video yesterday, the day before. Actually, it was Jordy. I saw it. A couple different people were talking about, but if you watch that Louisiana Loaded that I was telling you about, go watch that. Jordy and them was talking about it. One of the things he did the other day that he made a priority. Now that he's kind of got the portal getting wrapped up and all that, I think that kind of moving on to the next phase of just managing the whole program. He went around and like started visiting with all the local high schools. I mean, not even local. I mean, all around the state, like the big high schools. I realize he's not going to go to every high school. Like he may not go to Bro Bridge or like Kinder, where I'm from. He probably is not going to ever go visit them unless there's somebody like a standout or something that probably Bro Bridge might even have that before we do. 'Cause we're not really known for putting together or putting like big time players out like that. Smaller schools probably not, but like your bigger schools that matter here in Louisiana that put out a lot of talent. And that's amazing. I never heard anything about Brian Kelly doing that when he was here. Like he did not hit. It's not even the recruiting trail. I mean, he went to Cecilia. I mean, he went all the way to Monroe. He went all over the place, bro. I mean, Acadiana. I mean, just the places where like we're always, as from Louisiana people, we're like, man, why is nobody even going and talking to this kid from over there? We don't understand it. And yeah, he went to Billy. I think he went to Best Stop too. Somebody said. But I saw he on Twitter. He posted that his like a picture of Billy's outside. I don't know that that's the best thing at Billy's in my opinion. That's the best pepper jack boudin balls anywhere. But yeah, so I'm really excited, Crisco. I mean, I don't know what to expect. I mean, with everything we have coming back and everything he's putting together, there's a chance it could be a first year. Like we could be in the national title the first year. Maybe win it. I don't know. I don't know what to expect, but I'm excited for the future, man. And I wish they could get the basketball figured out, like the men's basketball. I don't know. I don't want that guy to get fired or anything, but I mean, it's kind of bad from what they're saying. Baseball, I'm not worried. I'm excited about February 13th. I think that's the first game. And the way they're talking about LSU baseball, man, they're saying like this team's going to repeat. They're already saying. I mean, it could. Nobody knows, but like it's not a drop off from last year for sure. We won the title last. All right, Crisco. I'll see you later, man. Like I said, I'm not gonna be on here very long. I'm gonna do some listing and stuff, and I'll catch you later on one of your other lives or whatever. But yeah, that's a question I had for you. Is if you're excited about the baseball season, I'm excited about that. And then Astros start up, I think March. I don't have to look. I don't remember their schedule I know like the spring training and spring games and all that stuff happens earlier, but yeah. So baseball's coming up, y'all. I'm excited about it. Sir Mike, baseball. That's right. Y'all baseball fans? Who y'all fans of? Who's y'all's team? What's up, Donna? All right, let me see. So I showed y'all the glass. In case y'all didn't see it, I'll show y'all if you wasn't here a while ago. So what I'm doing is I'm listing. I sell stuff. My whole channel that I started on here on YouTube was to tie it into my like I sell on eBay and Etsy. So my whole like reselling thing. This is a part of it. It's the extension of that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm listing stuff. I'm getting stuff listed on Medi. What's up? Or Mario? I don't know which one you want to go by, but uh, so what I'm doing right now is listing stuff. I'm going to show you, like I just showed you a while ago, the glass. I'll show you again if you weren't here a while ago. That one right there. So I have one of those. It says Bourbon Street. Has like the little street sign all around it. It's like they serve Hurricane, the drink, the Hurricanes inside those. I did put some Mardi Gras beads with it. I picked out, I have a big stash of Mardi Gras beads here on the floor that I kind of put, a couple of good ones. I picked out a few good ones or whatever and put that with it. I kind of dressed it up around it or whatever for the picture, and I'm just going to include that in there when whoever buys it. They really came from Mardi Gras parades. It ain't something like I didn't buy the little cheap plastic connectors. I didn't buy any online like that. These are real parade Mardi Gras beads. So I just finished up taking the pictures of the little box, makeup box or case or whatever you want to call it. It's like a zebra makeup case or whatever. It says made in China. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's from the 90s, and it's like I said, it's kind of in rough condition. The top part's peeling off. You probably super glue that back. I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna sell it as it is, and then whoever gets it, they can do what they want to it. All right, so I got that one. All right, got that one. Got it boxed up. I'm gonna do like. So the other day I was talking about it when I was showing that glass. I was talking about I had some mugs. I'm gonna show you all them. I think I'm gonna go ahead and list the mugs today too. Take pictures of those. I got a box already for them. I'm gonna put some Mardi Gras beads in with those as well. And other than that, I have four more things besides that. So including the mugs, that's one, two, three, four, five, six, eight things. So I'm gonna I'm gonna take pictures. I'm gonna do that. And I'm now some of the stuff like the mugs and stuff I don't have listed. I mean I don't have looked up, so I can do that. Like try to find it. I can't use the Google image. Well, I can. I maybe can, but I'll try to find it. There's some of the other stuff that I already had here ready to list. I already did the lookup stuff, or whatever. I've already done that. So if I've already done it, I'll just show you the screen image. If not, y'all have to like watch me fish for it. But some people like to know that, like, um, if I don't know if any of y'all are interested in selling stuff online or if y'all ever have, but the question I get from people have asked me is how do you find out what something is worth? How do you, if say you have something in your house you want to sell, and I always tell them, well, if you know what the item is by looking at it, you can describe it with words. Use your words and describe it and type it in a search bar, and you'll usually find if it's pretty, if it's the company it was made by, it was called, stuff like that. If you don't have any of that information, I use Google Image a lot on your phone. Just like the little Google search bar has the picture thing. Click that, and it'll actually take a picture. You're not saving a picture to your phone. It's not doing that. What it's doing is just taking an image and it's searching online for that particular image. So then it tells you what it is. Then once you know what it is, you can type it in and look in all the other places and try to find the item. And you can get a good idea of what people are asking for it. I always say look at multiple listings. Don't just find one listing because you don't know if that's on the higher end of what people are asking, the lower end, or whatever. So I'll show y'all some of that, what I do. So if y'all are interested in that, if you're curious how that works, if you want to get into selling, you can learn how I do it. There may be other people who do it differently, but every reseller is different. And a lot of this is a part-time thing for me. So a lot of the people, if you're like brand new or not even, you've never even really sold anything, but you're curious about how to get started, this would be perfect because it's somebody like me. It's a part-time. I'm not doing it in some crazy way that wouldn't even be feasible for some people, like a big setup or anything. These are literally just, I take a picture, have like a little thing I made here, I got some poster board. It's not the poster board the little thin ones, like construction paper, are a little bit thicker. This is like one that's like I don't even know what you call it. I think it's called poster board. Ready board, actually. So this is how thick it is. If you can see it. So I'll try to come closer. So it's thicker than like here's a backup. They're just black. What I did though is you can buy like different. See how this one has a slate kind of and I have one on the bottom that's a different, like a marble or a slate kind of. You can buy wood or wood grain or whatever, and then you can put them together. Kind of put one as your base on the floor, and then put another one kind of leaning up as your back wall. And I bought several of them. So if you get wallpaper, like different kinds of wallpaper like that have like I think those are like the stuff that goes in drawers. I don't think that's for like the wall kind of paper, but anything like that, you find that's adhesive, you just stick on those, and then that becomes your backdrops. Like I said, you can interchange them, you can change them out. So that's a really easy setup. I have an idea for another setup that I'm about to do. I don't know when. I'm kind of excited about it. It's a pretty cool idea. It just came to me, and I've like never seen it, never thought about it. I'm gonna make my own photo booth, but I'm gonna do it in a unique way. So y'all, I don't know when that's gonna happen. I'm not gonna talk about it right now. I kind of want to make it a surprise when I do the video. Maybe in a couple weeks I can get it done. But I'm gonna show y'all. I have something out in the shop that I'm gonna use to make a photo booth out of. And I'm gonna put that in here, and that'll be my new photo booth. But right now, I'm just doing something simple like that. So that's all you need. You don't even really have to have that. I just did that because I kind of, this is my side gig, and I kind of wanted to make all my pictures kind of the same. So if you go to my Etsy store and you look, you're gonna see that template for pretty much all my pictures, unless something's too big. Like there's a couple of things here that won't fit in that little, won't fit good in that space. So I'll take those, just out on the floor or something like that. All right. The next thing, okay, we got that picture taken, so let's move on. All right, this is like a lot, I guess you want to call it, just like a little bunch of toys. I have several little things like that where I'm gonna group stuff together because individually the things are not, crazy. They're not worth very, a whole lot. But put them together, and you get more out of it. Plus, it's like if somebody buys it for a kid or something, they're getting a bunch of toys for pretty cheap. This is a Rubik's Cube, but it was made by It's from the company, the Stars. I hate the way the camera is where it's backward. The reason I do it, I hate doing that. Normally I turn it around so you see the way things are supposed to be, but it flips it when you do it like this because I want to show you all the screen too. But the Stars, like the movie company, you see how it stars all over. Uh, like when you have a cable and you have HBO and Stars and all that. It's the show is called Blunt Talk. If you ever watch Blunt Talk from Stars, so when you put it together and make it do all the switching and stuff and get it to where it's right, you can look online. I think I have a one on here. Let me look, and you can see that what they look like. Yeah. Okay, let me show you all the screens. So I found some on eBay that were listed. And I think this is made in like what does that say? I think it was like I got this in like 2000 and oh man, what year did I get this? Let's see, that would have been 2016, 15, something like that. So that's when I got it. I don't know how long that show had been out for or anything like that. So this is a thing I can't list on Etsy because it's not vintage. It's only gonna be able to be listed on eBay, but it's part of this toy lot. Um, so I'll show y'all the screen. So if you're curious, okay. So there's some listings. You can see they have different ones. This one's still in the package, and so is this one. Same Rubik's cube. But they're asking like I don't know why this person's asking 50. That's like an outlier. The majority of them around this price. This one's $5. This one's like $12. This one $58. I'm not sure why they're asking that much. 17.99. Even that's what it looks like when it's all together. That's one side of it anyway. But Survivor's Remorse. It says that on there too. So maybe it was two different shows, but it also says Blunt Talk. But that gives you an idea. Just exclude these two $50 ones. That gives you an idea of what they go for, and hopefully y'all can see the computer good. I don't know if you can or not. I'm just showing I got my camera pointed towards the computer, so hopefully you can read it. Um, Let me know if y'all can't read that. I know I need to get some kind of other setup where I can actually share my screen a different way. This is the only really way I know to do it right now because I don't have any of the equipment to share it another way. But hopefully y'all can see that. There's a $12 one, a $5 one. There's a $17 one down there, and then those two $50 ones, just disregard those because I don't know why they're asking that much for the $50. They're nowhere near that. But anyway, it's just worth a few dollars. So what I'm doing is I'm lotting it together with several other toys. Like I said, it'll be like a toy lot. This is actually from 2020 or 22, I think. It's if you're a fan of Mario Kart, this is Toadstool. Um, on the package, you can't maybe read it right there. It says Toad Kart on the side right there. So that's what this one's called. It was one of the McDonald's Happy Meal toys. This one's still in the plastic. Um, I don't remember if I had any of these. Let me look. See if I had any of these. Let's see. Uh, yeah, there's one. Let me show y'all this one. So I found one on eBay. Somebody had listed. You can see right here. It is $9.50. Now they're just still in the package, just like mine. I did find some other ones a little cheaper. That just gives you an idea what they're going for. So I'm probably not, obviously I'm not selling this by itself. I could, I can see people listing it like that by itself. But since I'm listing it in like a lot with several other things, like I said, I just showed you the Rubik's Cube. I'm going to put that in there with it. I have another one, but this one's not in the package. This one is some Mario. Same kind of deal. Came from the McDonald's Mario when they had that Mario. I think it was like 2022, I think, or 2020, whatever it was. But that's the Mario Kart from the game. So you have Toadstool still in the package. Mario's not in the package, but there's Mario. I don't know if I have any Marios. Did I find any? Let me see. Let me see if I found any. Okay, yeah, I did find some. I'll show y'all this real quick. So I found some more. You can see there's several here. Anywhere from like, and these are like not in the package like mine. You can see the lowest I see is like $3.99, and then the highest is like around $9.99, $10. So kind of the was in the Toadstool, but this is Mario. So there's the Mario. Now some of this other stuff in here, I don't even know. This is like a plastic piece, but if you're playing with like cars and stuff, this was like if you're in a construction zone, like in real life, you see like the side construction walls they make with those big cylinder, those big brick. This is kind of what this is supposed to represent. It's a toy, but it's plastic. I'm gonna I just have one of those. I have several of these little signs, and I don't know who made. There's one that's like a turn signal. One's a red. This kind of looks like a stop sign. Don't they have these like overseas in Europe? Our stop signs don't look like that, but isn't that what it's like in Europe? I'm gonna put those with it, since it's all kind of like automobile themed. Like you have the little. There's another little stop sign. This one is like one of those. I dropped it. Like a caution. Like a little caution cone. Actually, it kind of looks like that, but it's like it's weird the way they make it. Look, it has the arrows on it, so it's not like a caution cone. It's like a sign, but you would think with a sign like that, it would have a pole on it, like the other ones did. I don't know, but there's that. Um, there's a little fire hydrant. It's plastic, a little red fire hydrant. Nobody cares. I've seen you on the list. Get a job, Tommy. I do have a full time job, uh, Tommy. So this is a part time thing I do, and I have another part time thing I do, and I have another. So this is one of my part time things. I have three different things I do on the side other than my full time job. So I sell on Etsy and eBay. So this is like a little fire hydrant, a little plastic red fire hydrant. All right. The other one is now this is an actual like construction cone that it has it's hollow in the middle, but it's plastic. So like the other one kind of looked like one, but this is actually more what a cone looks like. It's big now. It's pretty big. It's like almost the same size as those signs. But I mean, I don't know where all this stuff came from. I'm not saying it all came from the same thing. There's another fire hydrant, and like I said, this is random stuff. So now this one, hopefully y'all can see this. I don't know if you can. Let me see Mickey inside there. It's Mickey Mouse, and on the other side is another. It's Mickey Mouse again, but it's another image. Where's his head at on this one? Oh, he's on a skateboard on this one. He's kind of like doing a trick. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's probably from I think the 80s. It's a it's a bouncy ball. Can y'all see Mickey doing like got his hand in the air and he's like on a skateboard? Y'all see his face? That's his helmet. That blue thing on his head. It's kind of blurry inside. Like I said, it's an older bouncy ball, but it has two different images inside, like in the middle, two different mini Mickey Mouses. So I'm gonna put that in there with it, and then the last thing that's going in there is this Scooby Doo ring. It's a plastic ring. I believe this came on like a pastry, like a cake, because it says on here. What does it say? Bakery crafts. So like if you ordered a birthday cake, probably Scooby Doo themed, I think these came with it. It still like works. You can put it on your finger. I don't know. You have to have small fingers. It won't fit on mine. Maybe for the kids, but um, there's a Scooby Doo ring in there. Okay, so all this stuff together. The two Mario Kart toys from McDonald's, the Toadstool and Mario, the all the little street signs, the Rubik's Cube from the Stars Network. It's like a promo for that show. What was it called? Blunt Talk. I don't even know what that show is. I never watched it. So all this stuff, I'm just gonna put together in one lot, and the bouncy ball, the Scooby Doo ring, two fire hydrants, the cone, all that. So I'm just gonna put all that in one lot and sell it as like a toy lot. So, and I showed y'all the price of like some of this stuff. The toadstool in the package still, somebody had listed for like $9. And I kind of I think I saw a piece of that range. The Mario one, the Mario game, it was like $4 or $5, something like that. I mean, remember it was so anywhere in that range. All them other little toys I couldn't find, I don't even know kind of set they came in. You know, like the little construction sign and all that stuff, road signs. The Scooby ring, I don't remember. I don't think I saw one of those. The Scooby ring. Oh, I'll show you this one. So it's a lot of three of them for $15 on eBay. So if you buy it, that's like $5 a piece. But um, I mean, that's just one listing, and I don't think I saw any of these in the sold category on eBay. It was just the one listing right there. But so if you take all that into consideration and you add like what the other stuff that I couldn't find is worth, if you do the math, I mean, uh, just from the stuff we know what's going for, you're looking at about $20. Okay, and then all the other stuff that I couldn't find, I don't know what it's worth, but it's like little. It's all this is. Most of it came from like the '90s and early 2000s, but some of the stuff is later, so I can't list it as a lot on Etsy, but it's gonna be on eBay. I would say for the other stuff, probably another $5 or $10. So like we're looking like 25, something like that, 25 to $30 probably. I'm gonna put on there, I don't know, maybe 15.99. That's like, that's about half. Maybe 12.99, something like that, depending on all that stuff people are asking. So my price is gonna be about half of what I'm seeing out, normally out there. So I'm gonna take pictures of these, and then we'll move on. I got a box for them already. Um, and I guess in the description when I make the listing, I'll just put what's what, like I'll type in, just like in the description, there's this, and name everything that's included in the thing. And I'm just gonna take that picture. I think I might separate some of the stuff out, and that way I can take a couple pictures of like just the Mario Kart thing, since they're like the same kind of item, and then the construction signs I'll do as one. I'll do it like that, so people get an idea of what's in there when they're looking at the pictures. Because some people, I realize, are not going to even go and read the descriptions. Like, I don't know, when you shop on eBay, I don't know how you do it, but some people, if the picture doesn't, get their attention, they're not even going to click on it and go look and read what all they get. They just kind of, they saw a picture and it either hooked them or it didn't. So Mr. Valentine, you are right. If everyone loved each other, it'd be a wonderful world. What a wonderful world. It's gonna be like that one day, and the what's coming after this world's over. But right now, you're right. We don't have that. There are people on this planet right now that don't love other people, and that's how we run into bad things. From Moscow, what's up? Um, you don't love me, man. That's Niharashu. That's Niharashu, right? Not good. Um, is it Godzilla? Godzilla. Is that how you say it? Tiharoshe Modrut. I don't know. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. I don't know. I would like to learn Russian. I don't know Russian, but I had some friends that were Russian and they taught me some stuff. All right. Y'all got some crazy snow and stuff over there in Russia, didn't y'all? From that it's kind of, I mean, it was not weird, but it's just how the Earth works. But like that polar vortex that came down last weekend that created like a huge winter storm over here in the States on the other side of the globe. Like you go around and go down, y'all were on the other side of it, and y'all got a bunch of stuff too from it. That same polar vortex. But I saw some videos about that. You were studying Russian until the war started? Really? What's this live about? Okay, yay. So I'm assuming you just clicked on my channel. You don't know what my channel's about. I resell stuff on Etsy and eBay as a part-time thing. This channel was started to kind of go along with that. So I'm doing listing. I'm showing you what I'm listing. I'm gonna kind of show you what I'm looking online, what I'm finding the item listed for, how I get my prices. I'm gonna take pictures. I'm gonna do all that stuff. So it's based around my reselling. So at the same time, I just figured I would go live because I've had a real issue since I started with being consistent, being able to make videos, and it's difficult to record and edit and all that. Making those kind of videos right now is I've got a lot going on. I have a full time job. I actually have two other side things that I do in addition to this. So like three side part time jobs plus a full time job. So I figured just going live, maybe that's the best way to do it for right now. Just to stay consistent, make videos and stuff. So it's like you can look at it as you can jump in. I'll chat while I'm doing stuff. I don't mind. Right now we're talking about somebody jumped in here from Russia, so that's why everybody's talking about they were supers. Uh, you know I was gonna study there, and you're from Argentina, so talking about the Russian language. So it's all over the place. I mean, if you got something you want to talk about, yeah, throw it out there. If you have questions about anything that I'm doing, like as I'm doing, if you want to see things, the big toy lot that I just showed everybody, I took one picture of with everything in there. I'm making like just a random toy lot. Right now, I'm kind of after I did that, I separated the things and like kind of what they go in. This is like the Scooby ring. I just showed that like what they were worth. Here's the three on Etsy. Somebody has it listed for like 15. So they're used also. They're not like in a box, new box. So about $5 a piece. Now, will I ever get that if I was to list that for $5 by itself? Maybe. I don't know. But I'm doing it as a toy lot, and I think for everything I'm gonna do $12.99. So there's 13 items in this toy lot for like $12.99. So like $1 a piece. I mean, way less than the most thing I've ever sold, the most valuable thing I've ever sold. Um, I think it was an Adidas jacket, and it was last year before. No, it wasn't. I'm sorry. The Adidas jacket was a great. It was a better flip. It was a better buy. I made more off of it in profit, but it wasn't the most expensive item I ever sold. The most expensive item I ever sold was a speaker system, like a for your computer. It had like the two speakers, or might have had three. I can't remember. It was started with a K. The brand was Clipstick or something like that. It was like a kind of like you'd buy for your TV for like a home studio, but it was for a computer. It was a setup that had several different speakers and like the whatever. Um, and I had bought it on clearance. I didn't make much off of it. I sold it for like one. I think I sold it for 125 $125. That was the most expensive item I've sold. Um, I can't remember exactly what I sold it for, but it was somewhere around there. And I think I paid like 80 or 90, something like that for it on clearance. So like I kind of got around what it was worth. I got it on a clearance price, but after you factor in the fees and all that stuff, and I didn't make that much on it. So I was happy to sell it because I already have a speaker system for my computer. I didn't need it, and I bought it thinking I could, it was a good buy, and it didn't turn up. I had it for a while, and I lowered the price a little bit, and somebody got it. So they got a good deal on it, and I got, I made like, I don't remember, after fees and everything, I may have made $10 on it, I think, or something like that. But I was happy because I didn't have to store it, anymore. So yeah, the Adidas jacket was a better buy because I bought it for like, I don't know, with tax, I think like $6 or $7. Ended up selling for like 90 something. I don't remember what the sale price was, but it was like a vintage Adidas. It was green like this, but like a little darker, and it had the yellow. Was it yellow or white? I think it was yellow pinstripes, like all the way down from the shoulders, all the way down the arm, both sides, and I think it had it right here, like where it connected, like it was a it was a zip. It wasn't a button. It was a zip. I think, and it had like the stripes going down the middle too. So, and it was for like I would have kept it if it was like my size, but it was, I think, 4X, 3X or 4X. It was really big. So, I if me wearing it would have just looked silly. I'm nowhere near a 4X. So whoever got it, they got a vintage cool jacket that, stuff like that. When you find it, I mean, it goes for good money because, you know, you just really can't find those things hardly. I still have the starter jacket. I don't know if you what era y'all grew up in, how old y'all are, but I was kind of raised in the '90s. I mean, I was born in the '80s, but I was like, once you like, I mean, I started school in the '80s technically, but I was still kind of maybe towards the late '80s, whatever. But the '90s is where I was like, that's kind of what I consider like actually it's growing up as far as like when you're getting into like clothes and stuff like that. Because before that, you just wear whatever people buy for you or whatever. You don't really have a choice too much. I didn't anyways, about that age. I didn't really even think about it. But, like in the '90s, I'm from Louisiana, but we didn't even have a basketball team at that, like a NBA team at that point. But back in that day, the Chicago Bulls was my favorite NBA team. I used to be into NBA. Now I don't really watch it anymore. Back in the day when they had that team, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, all those guys, they were my favorite to watch. So one Christmas I got a starter jacket. I still have that starter jacket. Now it doesn't fit me anymore. I've considered selling it. Like it would have to be for a kid. Like maybe a early teenage, something like that. Yeah, Rodman was one of my favorites too. He was crazy, man. He would do some crazy stuff on the court. But so I have that, but I don't know if I'll ever sell that. Like I didn't buy that to resell. That's just stuff I have from like my childhood. I'm sure it would, if I put it on, online, it would sell. But um, I don't know. I just haven't made a decision to if I'm going to sell that or not. I have to think about that. And like I said, feel free to ask questions if you just jump in, you don't really know what's going on. Um, all right, real quick for y'all that wasn't here a while ago, I'm gonna pack everything back in this. I got this like little bag. I don't even know. I think this actually was my shipping labels bag. Came like the little shipping labels from my printer. I bought the little Mun Bun is the company I went with. Um, what's the other big company for the printers that everybody likes? I can't remember the name of it. It's like they're more expensive. I think they're like maybe nicer or something. But the Mun Bun, I was watching another reseller and he recommended. He said they work just as good, and I think I paid like 60 or 70 for it. So if you need a label printer, like to print out your own labels, I recommend Mun Bun. One of my videos, if you go back and look, there's when I bought it, like when you buy something from Mun Bun, they sent me an email, whatever, thanking me for the purchase, and they did give me like a code that, people they give me emails all the time. They send stuff like want you to buy something else, but they'll have like a code that if you want to try a Mun Bun product, whatever, you can use this code to get whatever. And I posted that on one of my other videos. I don't know what that is offhand, but if you go back and watch one of my older videos. All right, so in this toy lot, we had the Rubik's Cube. It was from the Stars TV company. The show was called uh, Blunt Talk. And it also says Survivor's Remorse on it too. So maybe it was two different companies, but it's a promo thing. If you like putting Rubik's Cubes together, you can put that one together and it has like characters. Then we had the two Mario Kart things from McDonald's. They were like, this is what the other one would have looked like too. It's not in the package. This one's still in the package. This is Toadstool. It's called the Toad Cart. It says on the side right there. Where does it say it? Right there. And I know y'all are looking at everything backward. I'm sorry. I did that because I don't like doing it normally, but I want to show y'all stuff on the computer here and there so I can just flip my camera. Until I can get a setup later on. I know there's a way somehow you have to like, I don't know, you have to buy a switchboard or something. There's a way later on if I can get the equipment that I could be doing this and then just show you like, I can actually have my camera turned around the right way and then I can show you like an actual share my computer screen instead of just you seeing it on my my phone actually showing you through the camera. So one day hopefully I can get to the point where I can do that. But for right now, this is just what I have to do. All right, and the other toy, the Mario one. All right, so we have the Toadstool and the Mario. And then the rest of the stuff's like just kind of random stuff. There's this little center, like a median, like what you would see in the construction zones. It's normally made of concrete, but this is plastic, obviously. But like if you were in real life, if you saw that, that's what that is. I'm including it because it's kind of car themed. There's a little sign. There's another little sign. There's like little stop signs. I think these are like the kind of stop signs they have in Europe. That's what it reminds me of. Another little sign is shaped like a cone. It has like showing you the arrows, how the road's going to split. Actual little construction cone. The Scooby-Doo ring. And the two fire hydrants. The little plastic fire hydrants. So all that's going to go in that lot. And I dropped the bouncy ball. So now I have to go get the bouncy ball. And the bouncy ball. The bouncy ball has Mickey Mouse in it. There's one side, you see Mickey right there, and the other one he's on a skateboard with his hand in the air like he's doing some kind of move with it. He's got a helmet on. You see that? He's on the air, midair, doing some kind of skateboarding trick. It's a vintage bouncy ball. You know, if you remember, hopefully you know what a bouncy ball is. I don't even know if they have those anymore. When we were kids, they were always in those things at the grocery store where you put a quarter in, you turn it like a. They had one in the market basket when I was a kid. It had a chicken in the middle. It would turn. It was a fake chicken, but it looked like a real chicken. But as it would turn or whatever, then the egg came out, and whatever was in the egg is what you got. Okay, so that's the toy lot. It's like I said, just random stuff. I have a bunch of other random toys, but I'm just kind of lotting this stuff together and kind of like a theme. You know, like this is all kind of car themed, everything except the bouncy ball and the Scooby-Doo thing. I just didn't know what to do with that stuff. I didn't want to sell it separately. I just figured, you know, whoever buys this for a kid or whatever, if they're a collector of any of this stuff, you know, they'll get just random several random things. So, all right, that's that one, and I showed y'all what I found, you know, as far as pricing goes on that one. All right, next item is all right. Next item are these picture frames. There's two of them. They look just alike. They're metal. I don't know if you can tell that on the sides or whatever. And they have like some spots where, I mean, they're vintage. They're like, these are from the 80s. And you can tell like part where paint is missing. You see the back of them, like the board's kind of stained. The pictures that's inside of them is just like a little piece of paper, I think. I don't know. But you can put whatever you want inside of them. But it's two picture frames. They're like they said, they're metal. They have some like spots. You see where it has rust on it right there. You can repaint them if you wanted to, but it's two picture frames. You know, see, and they're green and they're metal, and they have these pictures in them. But like I said, you could, if you want to buy these, you can buy them and put whatever you want. You can take those pictures down. I don't think those pictures are real. I think it's just like. I don't think that's a real painting somebody did. I think it's just a piece of paper. So I did try to look for something like these, but this was just kind of like a vintage. Who knows who made those? There's no name on them. It's a vintage item I found at These came from a yard sale, I believe. So I could not find anything on them. I did find picture frames. I mean, but these are old. These are from like the 80s. Nowadays, what they make, you can find some ornate metal ones like this, and they're gonna be a little bit more expensive than the regular plastic ones you find like at Walmart or whatever. But for price wise, from kind of what I saw online, just from not, I couldn't find anything like this exactly, but similar and like vintage. They normally go for each picture frame anywhere like from, I saw them listed as low as like five to some of them from like $20. So I'm thinking $10 a piece for them. So I'm probably gonna do like 19.99, and just for the two for the pair. So I feel like that's like half of what I'm seeing. That's normally how I price things. Is I look online, I try to find the item that I have for sale, and I try to find like the highest and the lowest, and I go in the middle somewhere. So if you like picture frames, vintage picture frames, um, these will be on my Etsy store and my eBay store, because these are vintage, so they can go on Etsy too. All right, those are the picture frames. All right, this next item is also a vintage item I found at a garage sale. Try to back up so you can see. So it's like a metal, has these two holes here at the top. You can put like, put screws or whatever on the wall, and it has these hangers. It has four different hangers on here. So it's just a piece of metal. It does have some places on it where you can see rust. Can y'all see that? Or the paint chipped or some rust spots or whatever. Um, I mean, it is vintage. I don't know what year it was made, but the stuff that came in the lot, like when I bought it at the auction. Oh no, this was from a garage sale. The stuff I got it all came from like the 90s to early 2000s. So I think that's when this was made. I'm just guessing. I don't know. Um, what's up, Lee? You look like Lehan from Boy Next Door. I never watched Boy Next Door, so I don't know who that is. All right. Hopefully he's a handsome guy. So that's like a little thing. You can hang hats on there. You can hang whatever you want on keys, whatever you want. But it's a hanger for a wall, or I don't know, it's metal. You can put it outside or inside. So, oh, I want to take another picture with the little tape measure in front of it, so people can see how long it is. Stuff like this, I kind of try to take a picture with give people an idea how big it is. Some stuff I don't worry about that, but I just thought about it. I probably want to do the same thing with those picture frames, just to give an idea. People idea how big they are. I know the picture frames can be all kind of different sizes, so I think I need to do that with them. Let me grab those real quick while I'm thinking about it. And I do reuse boxes, so that's when I'm putting this metal thing in. I'm gonna stick it in here, and then I have I don't know what came in this box originally, but then I have another. All right, next thing is this big magazine basket. Uh, put it beside your couch. I don't know. It's like, it's got holes all in it. I mean, you can put whatever you want in books or magazines or whatever, but that's what it's made for. Um, put some kind of books and stuff for it in it or whatever. Um, all right, so that's the magazine rack. Next item is these two mugs. They're both Louisiana mugs, like they say Louisiana on them. This one has crawfish. It has like painted crawfish on them. They have a little bit of actually like it's cut into the mug and then it's painted. And then they have this big plastic one or whatever that's made. I think it's plastic on the side of it too. So there's one like that that's red with the crawfish, and then there's a green one that has an alligator, coming off the side, stuck to it, but big plastic. And it says Louisiana and it has alligators. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna also put some Mardi Gras beads with them. I'm gonna put this one. This has Cruz de la Bonaparte from Lafayette. It says Lafayette, Louisiana, I think. Yeah, Lafayette. Come from Lafayette Mardi Gras Parade. This was, I don't know, this was years and years ago when I got this one. But that's what it has on it. It has these little coins all over, and it's red, so I'm going to kind of put it with the mugs. Um, since that crawfish one was, red themed or whatever. And then a green one. Here's a bigger one, kind of longer one. This is a smaller one, but it's almost as long, but it's smaller. I know I have a green shirt on, so it's hard for y'all to see, but um, they're both about the same size. This one has bigger beads on it. I'm gonna stick that in there for the green one because it has like the alligator one has like a green theme. I'll throw some extra beads just around it since it's Mardi Gras season. Let's see. I'll put a red one, another kind of like the green one I just had, but I'll put that in there since it's to do with that crawfish. That crawfish kind of has a red thing. I guess I'll lay that pink one down in there with it. And I guess that gold. I'll give him a gold one. I'll put these with them just because, like I said, it's Mardi Gras season, and you know, give somebody some Mardi Gras beads plus some with their mugs or whatever. So that's the mugs. That's the crawfish and the alligator mug. And I have another set here in a second. I'll show y'all. But and these were actually bought in a kind of a souvenir shop. So I believe they were like, I think they were like $5.99 or $7.99 a piece. So I don't know yet. Like, I mean, I'll probably do like $9.99 for both of them. That's probably what I charge for them. You are getting some Mardi Gras beads with it, so it's not like just the souvenir. They are vintage, but it's not just the mugs. You're getting a little bit of extra with it. So and at first I just took a picture of the mugs with the beads, all together, and now I'm gonna remove the beads and take a picture of each mug by itself. Um, and to keep the beads from like bumping, I'm gonna wrap the mugs up too whenever I go to ship it out once it sells. But just for now, I'm gonna wrap the beads up in some bubble wrap um, to prevent that from like damaging the mugs themselves because they're ceramic or you know um, what's the other, I don't know what it's made out of, but I think it's called ceramic and there's something else I can't think of right now. Just gonna tape those beads up so they're secure. I just don't want the beads bouncing in and damaging the mugs, chipping them. Just put them in a ball like that, and then that'll go in this box. And like I said, the mugs themselves, I'll wrap them too once it sells. You know, so they won't. So they won't be damaged either. But for right now, until it sells, I'm not going to worry about that because well, I can get all of it in here. Yeah, just for right now until it sells, I'm not going to worry about doing all the final preparations that I do whenever something sells. Then I really go through, I wrap everything really good, get it ready to go, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not doing all that right now. That'll be something I do later. All right, the other set of mugs is also some Louisiana mugs, but they're red and they have this metal. I don't know if y'all can tell, but that's a piece of metal stuck to it. It's like I don't know how they got it to it. I don't know how it's glued or whatever, but the mug is just red, white inside. Uh, Something speck or something, or some dust or something. I need to wipe these out when they sell, whatever, before I ship them off. But whatever that is, I can't get out. There's two of them. So two Louisiana mugs. They're red. They're white inside. They have these metal Louisiana like state things on there with the pelican. That's our state bird. They have the magnolia flower on the top part of Louisiana, and then down by the toes of the boot, you got the crawfish. So there's two of those. Same kind of deal. I think they worked. It was a souvenir shop that I got them at, long ago, years ago. I think they were like $7.99, something like that. So I'll probably do $9.99 for the both of them, something like that. So I mean, whoever buys is getting a discount from what they cost, like if you bought it at a store. If you, I mean, those are vintage, but they have one similar you can find, but um, you're still getting a discount whether if you would just order one like that. And I'm gonna throw some Mardi Gras beads in there with those too. Um, just random ones. I mean, I know they're both red, but I'm just gonna throw some random colors in there. This one's a little different. The beads on this one's a little different. These are all just like traditional round beads, but just give people a variety of. If you're at a parade, that's kind of how it is. You just catch random beads. I'm gonna throw some in there. I'll throw another little gold one, a small one in there. This one has uh, a king crown, with the fleur de lis on it. It does have a plastic. I told you I don't have any of the little cheap ones, but this one, since it has something special made on it, it's not really like the other ones I was talking about was just regular plain with the little plastic connector. This actually does have a little plastic connector that connects to where you close it. You can open it and put it on, whatever. But the ones I was talking about earlier was like the little cheap ones that's like this, like the style of bead, just regular bead. They're smaller than this, but they have like the plastic connector. None of these do. These are actually like real. These are nice beads that are. You pay more for these. The little plastic ones you can buy like a pack of them for really cheap. All right, let's see. I'll put a green one in there. I didn't put any. I'll throw a green one in there for them. No more red ones. Let me throw that green one on this side. I have a red one of this, like a big red one. We'll do that a little bit. There's a bigger green one. I hate when they tangle up like this. It drives me crazy. I don't know why the beads do that. I'll throw those little purple ones. It's a small one. I'll throw that in there with it. I'm gonna put those in there too. There's some silver. They're bigger beads. They're kind of thick beads, but the strand itself is not that big. So like if you wear it, it's only gonna come down like right there. But I'm gonna throw that one in there. And then all these I'm just gonna put to the side for now. If I sell something later, I do have some other ones back there. Some of the other big ones I have. I do keep some Mardi Gras beads. I mean, you can get them anywhere. I know Mardi Gras seasons right now. You can go to parades and stuff. These are things I've had for years. Though. A lot of these beads I've caught like a long time ago, since I was a kid. Just kind of collected them over the years. But some because if I go to like a party somewhere or something, I need some beads or wear like a Mardi Gras themed party. I like to have some on hand. Like I said, these are some that I've had for a long time. So. I'm not going to put all those in there though. I'm going to keep some. All right. Let me get a picture of these. I'm going to do the same thing as I did with those other beads a while ago. I'm going to put all these together and then just take pictures of just the mugs by themselves. And then I'll wrap these up in some bubble wrap. So it doesn't damage the mug. And I'm just taking these and putting them in some bubble wrap. So if you didn't hear what I said a while ago, I'm just gonna, when I put them in the box, I don't want them to bounce around and damage the mugs themselves. So I'm doing that to prevent damage. And like I said, once I sell them, whatever, once I list them and somebody buys the whole thing, I'm gonna individually wrap each mug and make sure the box is secure with enough tape, bubble wrap, packing, and all that. But right now, I just don't want these banging around and hurting, chipping the mugs or anything while they're sitting in the box. So there's those two mugs. And I think that's it. That's all I'm gonna be doing today as far as items. Um, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and take a get off now and it's been a long day at work. Work was longer than I expected it to be today, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat something, chill out the rest of the evening, and tomorrow I'll get back on here and pick up where I left off. Tomorrow it's Saturday, so I'm off. I don't have to work like I did today, but I should be able to get more done tomorrow. Get all this stuff listed, do all the finalizations and stuff for the listings. I'll probably show you all that. Something like how I if you've never listed anything on Etsy or eBay, it'll just be like a comprehensive, like a little tutorial about, filling in the description or, whatever, uploading the pictures and, just whatever. Just kind of how that all works. So, yeah, tune back in tomorrow. I don't know what time, at some point tomorrow. If you're interested in watching, I'll be live again tomorrow and we'll do it. Till then, I'll see y'all later. Have a good night. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Later.